Yo guys, how's it going? In this tutorial we have a freaking easy XSS challenge in a PentesterLab XSS02. I was just trying to exploit this XSS here, but that's so easy. I just want to explain a little bit about it with my Python script here after that. So let me explain it to you. Here we have a name parameter with the value of hacker. If I'm going to write simply script alert 1, I'm not going to get any result. So I didn't even get any 4 or 3. I just get one alert 1. So it just didn't show me a script tag in the response. So it's possible for the server to simply filter this tag. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply make C to C capital letter, then write it. As you can see, it's simply saying welcome hacker, but not print anyway, not alert 1 anyway. But the difference is that if I'm going to make capital letter C to C, it's going to show me hacker alert 1, and it just didn't show me a script tag. But when I just capitalize the C letter in the script tag, it just simply change the response, as you can see here. What does that mean? That means if I'm going to change, if I'm going to just capitalize one letter in the script tag, for example C, and for example one letter in a script tag in the end block, for example S, no different, S, I'm going to simply get the alert 1. And the reason is so easy because the programmer simply filter a script tag which is not even security, because hacker can easily use this method to capitalize the letter or even double encoding or thousands of techniques which exist to bypass bypass for 3. And even you can use another tag instead of a script tag to exploit the XSS vulnerability, like image source X on error alerts, or I can say even unload alert 1 or unload alert 2, for example. And I'm going to here we have another problem. We just get the image here. When I load it, I cannot get the alerts, and there is another reason behind it. But if I'm going to change this on error, just simply get the alert 2. So if you see in some website, they're just trying to filter certain keyword, it's so easy to bypass that security, because that's not even security. You can use another keyword, you can use another function, you can use another tag to find and exploit the vulnerability, or even you can use some bypass techniques like double encoding and this kind of thing. But as we know, this tutorial was so basic, so I just tried to write the simple Python script as well to explain this as well to you, so you are going to have a mindset about the programmer as well. Imagine that we have a Flask app with Python, and we have a variable with the name of blacklist, and in the blacklist I'm going to put some keywords which I wanna filter, and for example avoid from hacker to perform a XSS attack and inject malicious JavaScript code. But as I told you, that's not really security, because hacker, there are tons of ways and techniques to bypass this security. Hacker can use another tag, hacker can do double encoding, hacker can just capitalize the letter, and tons of methods. But I just want to show you the programmer, like the behind of this process. Like for example here in PentesterLab, it just didn't show us like the code, but I wrote like simple Flask app by myself, because I want you to have a both aspect, to see the both aspect, to see the both like environment, because here as a hacker it's kind of black box, right? Because we cannot see any code here, we cannot see nothing. But I just decided to write this simple Python script to show you how programmer can do that. So blacklist, and I just put some keywords which I want to filter to avoid from XSS vulnerability, XSS attack. And then app.root, we have a home slash home. Instead of that, here we have /index.php, but here we have /home, and dev search. And then here I just simply use the args.get to put the search parameter inside this home. And then I said for keyword in the blacklist, that means if there is any of keyword, if there is any of keyword of blacklist was true, if keyword in search parameter. What does that mean? That means we say for keyword in blacklist, that means this keyword, this keyword, this keyword, this keyword, any of this keyword. If keyword in search parameter, that means if any of these keywords was in the search parameter. And what was the search parameter? Search parameter, it's the search parameter which just specify using request.args.get and put it in the search parameter and put it in a search prompt variable. And then I say if any of these keywords exist in the keyword of search, simply abort 403, and if not, return search parameter, return the search parameter if it doesn't contain any blacklist keyword. So, and here I just use a debug true, because if I wanted to modify my code during the, for example, I'm going to run this Python script and then I'm going to modify the code like at the same time, just going to we don't need to run it again, so we can use debug.true, debug equal true, and simply I'm going to run it. And here we are going to get the local host with the port 5000, not found, right? Because we have only home. Let me see if it is still recording. Yes. So /home, as you can see, we didn't get any 404 status code. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say simply question mark search parameter, because we have search parameter here, and then enter. Nothing gonna happen. What about if I'm going to enter test? Just going to simply return test for me. What about if I'm going to say in the return enter arcia, simply return arcia? What about if I'm going to simply use a script tag? Just going to abort me forbidden or a status code of 403, because we say here abort 403 because this keyword exists in the blacklist variable. And what about if I'm going to change this script to C capitalized with a capitalized word letter? And that's it. We get the arcia, but we didn't get the script, because right now it's script injected inside the view page source. So I'm going to go to the view page source, and then here, as you can see, it is not a string anymore, it's blue. What does that mean? That means we just simply inject the script tag inside. So simply I can say alert 1 or alert, for example, document.cookie, but we know there is no cookie there. However, document.cookie, and simply say script with a R capitalized, there's no difference. And then we get the alert, but there is no document.cookie here, as I told you. We can simply change this to the, for example, reflected XSS double quotation, and enter again. We are going to get reflected XSS. So simply we understand and we see the backend behind this. We see how programmer can easily do that, but that's not even security, because hacker can use another keyword. Hacker can simply use some techniques to bypass it. So just don't try to do that. At least try to encode the certain letters with the certain libraries which exist in your Python programming language, or if you use Python, or if you use another language, it's completely depend. But I'm saying, like, that's not the good way to avoid from XSS attacks. That's it. I hope you loved this tutorial like before. See you later. Goodbye.